All right.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Later.
See you later.
All right.
So
Oh,
Conor said to Khabib, "Your wife is a towel," and then he posted that image of Khabib getting married, and his wife is in this.
Do you happen to have the link? Like I can show people. Okay.
Yeah, I'll pull that up.
I'm fixing the layout. Give me a second.
It's so easy to find it too. It's great. Yeah, I'll just link you to the TMZ Sports article. And then Conor tweets out, a picture of Khabib at his wedding.
Oh, I saw this
with his wife, the towel, and I mean, you can't disagree. It really does look like
your wife's a towel, and not even one of the good ones. It's like the kind you get at a Marriott in two bed room. It's not even.
But it's all scratchy.
There's cum stains on that, and it's not even yours.
Oh, jeez.
And of course, they're taking like the moral high ground, or trying to like saying that he's being, anti-Islam, when really, and maybe he is. Like fuck it. If you think he is, then he is. I didn't take it that way. I took it as he's poking fun at your wife because she's wearing a fucking towel on her head at your wedding.
She can't even see her own wedding.
She has no idea. Were the flowers pretty? Oh yes, flowers wonderful. Were my bridesmaids' dresses nice? Oh, so nice. None of that existed.
How did the food taste? I didn't get any. It was pretty. Good. It was a good food, but you've reached your daily 3-question quota.
Oh, Jesus.
No more for you. Yeah.
And of course, Khabib like claps back, and he's like, "Oh, well, you're a rapist," and posts a picture of Conor McGregor with some lady in a bathroom, who he was not in the process of raping, by the way. She looked like a very willing participant in whatever.
Oh, were they in the middle of having sex?
Nah, he was grabbing her by the pussy, Trump style.
Hell
Wait,
yeah.
Was he really? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
And when you're a 2-belt champion, they let you do it.
That was really good.
Did you see his rosé commercial?
Yeah, it was
you like wine. He did a commercial for rosé wine.
He did an April Fool's joke where he fake made. He's like, Conor McGregor vineyards. We've got rosé now, and he's like going through. That sounds a little more Scottish, and he's going like it's like him with rosé going. Like smelling it and like talking up his rosé and how it's made with the finest grapes in all of Ireland, and then at the end he's like, "Oh, I'm just fucking with you," and then he like shows up his actual whiskey or whatever. It was actually pretty funny. We all got to laugh at it.
I didn't even catch Connor's right hand there. It's up her skirt, isn't it? Is she wearing a skirt?
I thought she was wearing panties, and he's just grabbing her by the pussy.
Can you link that?
You can link that.
It is if you scroll down on the Kyle's link.
Ah, great.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh yeah. See, this isn't even the full picture.
Oh, is
for
there
some reason
more? Okay.
Oh yeah. Click the picture, and
can I click it because I'm showing people? Better yet,
there's
I'll
no
look
nudity being shown,
myself.
and it's blurry as fuck. Like there's no nudity. His hand is just in her crotch.
Oh. Yeah, I think I can show this.
Yeah, I think that's legit. So yeah, like frankly, from my standpoint, that was not much of a comeback from Khabib because Conor has these pending sexual assault charges, which are not rape. Just to be clear, and who knows if he even did it. But this image has nothing to do with the supposed sexual assault charges. Khabib, the picture Conor tweeted, is Khabib's wife.
You might be lacking some context, Kyle, that makes this tweet better. So what the tweet says, I'm going to read it for everyone. Rapist, you are rapist. That part let's set aside. You are a hypocrite who is not responsible for your actions. Justice we find you, we will see. This woman is suing Conor McGregor because he's not paying child support because he fucked her on the side, even though he's with D, who is his actual... I don't know if they're actually married. They might be married now.
The girlfriend, the boyfriend.
Yeah, D is the girl who stuck by him since he was on welfare back in Ireland. And this girl he's stepping out on his kind of marriage thing. And he fucked this girl, apparently. She has his baby. And
do we have a paternity test? Do we know for sure?
She has sued him to get a paternity test, and he's dodging it.
Okay, conjecture. Right.
Conjecture, fair.
Hearsay.
Anyway, I would say you look at this picture, and I'm not showing the part where he's got his hand between her legs. And this is probably something that's sensitive in the Conor household.
maybe in the household. It's likely. I'll admit that. Definitely likely. However, I doubt Khabib's wife has Twitter or is allowed to have a phone. So no problem there. I mean, who really hit hardest?
I literally didn't even know Khabib was married. Like he keeps his private life private.
I keep her private.
Yeah, he did. Like Conor's not this chick on the side, but Conor's a wife person. I don't know. I have to look and see if they're married. I mean, she comes into the ring after victories and they celebrate. Yeah. And he brought his kid in and held him up to the audience, right? So
like Simba.
He yeah.
His wife under wraps, literally.
So that's why I didn't know anything about Khabib's family.
Yeah, I had no knowledge of that Khabib had a family or that he did anything but wrestle bears and beat people.
Post-fight, Khabib needs people who can fight, not girls, right? He's got another fight coming after his fights.
Yeah.
Can't have your woman and your kid in there.
I'm really enjoying the Khabib Conor beef on Twitter and how mean and nasty and personal that it has gotten. And I hope that continues. And there's a rematch, win, lose, or draw. I want to see it. I want to see it again. But you know, we've talked so much about how the lightweight division is just a fucking shit show, and there's so many people that are more deserving, frankly, than Conor of that rematch. Not of a rematch, but of fighting Khabib. But then Khabib's doing a shitty thing and tacking on 3 months to his 9-month suspension and being like, I'm out a year when he's perfectly healthy.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a hypocrite on that. I really like it when my fighters fight. And somehow I'm giving Khabib a pass. I can't explain it.
You would think he'd pick the day after he was like free to fight. You know, he'd be like Dana, I'm free to fight on whenever the 9 months runs out. You know, October 2nd. That's the first day I'm legally allowed to fight. Give me Tony Ferguson, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier. I don't care. Anybody, just line them up.
What I would expect from him is for him to say, I need 3 months after Ramadan, or maybe even 4. I don't know if he's skinny or something like that after Ramadan.
Well, he works out at night during that. You know,
I know, but if you can't eat all day, you're not your best you. I think we can agree on that. So, typically, I want to say historically, he fights he does like a 12-week training camp, and it ends when Ramadan ends, or the training camp starts when Ramadan ends. So, if that's the schedule, then this is just normal for him. If he's taking extra time, then I'm a hypocrite for forgiving him because I don't like it when other fighters do it.
I don't even know when Ramadan is, so I can't really speak on it.
I think it's in the spring.
Which would mean that it's a moot point, right? Because his suspension should be running out in the fall. I don't know anything about that stuff. But
June 4th. So June is the 6 months. So he says he'll fight in September.
July, August, September. That's 3 months after Ramadan. I
don't think training camp is 12 weeks. So I think that's. I'm forgiving him again.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's not how I would prefer my champion to conduct himself, but I want to see him fight again. Mm-hmm. You know, he's supposed to be the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Let's get out there and prove it. John Jones certainly has no issue doing that. Picograms or no, he's like, yeah, when's my next fight?
He came back hungry.
Oh yeah, I know it's next week, but when's the one after that? Well, let's just assume that I'm
yeah, dude. If Jones was serious about fighting Stipe, which he's not doing, I love that. I love that he was willing to go to heavyweight, fight Stipe, and make some noise. That's incredible. But he's lined up for. Jones now is like, all right, I'm fighting this pansy. You've never heard of him, but trust me, he hits really hard. If I can somehow use my 8.5-inch range to stay away from this killer, I swear I'm very scared.
Dude, I've seen that. I only remember that guy because he has a tattoo of a sledgehammer on his chest.
Okay,
it's life size and it's very tiny. He's a coloss, and I just remember I don't remember who he's fighting. I just remember thinking, God damn, that man is strong. He beat that other man senseless. And so I don't know if this is a good matchup or not. He just seems like one of the strongest guys we've seen John fight in a long fucking time. Diego or something like that.
It's spelled like Thiago, but I think it's pronounced Tiago. Okay. And I'm showing his picture to everyone.
Big boy.
Yeah, I want to find a picture where there's something for scale.
Yeah, look at that sledgehammer. Look at that. He's got Mjolnir on his chest.
I wish I could see him standing next to something that I understand.
Next to a car.
Dude, the guy in this picture anyway is perfect specimen. That's impressive.
Yeah, colossal human being. Let me see what his dimensions are. That's always important to me. He is 205 pounds, 74 inches tall. So that's
6'4". No, 6'2".
6'2". See, 6'2" with a but with a 76-inch reach, which is a little above average. And
but what's John Jones's reach? He has very long arms.
18 feet.
Yeah, he's that Indian dude from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Does this guy with the sledgehammer, does he have a Star of David on his left shoulder?
I doubt it.
I see.
I mean,
it
looks like a Star of David. It's a six-sided star.
That's a sheriff's star. I don't know. I just said that. No, I just
maybe
made
he's
that.
half.
I believed you.
Maybe
And I was like, oh, of course, the sheriff's star.
He's
No,
Diego
it
the
looks like a Star
Sheriff
of David.
Santos.
It does look like a Star of David. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited about that fight. I wish Khabib would get in the fucking ring. I don't know what the next event is. All I know is that I'm excited about Nunez and Holly fighting. That's the next fight that I'm actually interested in. Excuse me.
Ooh, that sucks.
I think that I think that's a mismatch. I want to see Holly set up for a win. Did you say she had a 3-fight losing streak?
That's what it feels like. I could
Okay.
be wrong. It just feels like she's lost all of her fight. I don't remember the last time she won.
I think she just decisioned somebody. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, it's possible, but it just seems like it's been a rough going for her forever, and she certainly doesn't have the sort of record that you would expect from the person you're throwing up against the champ, the person going for the belt.
She did.
Like if you look at everybody else who gets that title shot, it's like holy shit, they're either on a crazy hot streak, winning 8 or 9 fights in a row, or they just blew up on like social media and did a crazy thing last fight, like what you had when DC fought Big Black.
She had a 3-fight losing streak. She beat Beche, who is like so terrible. And then she lost to Cyborg and she decisioned Megan Anderson, who I don't really know.
Yeah, these are the results of someone who's sort of mid-tier, it's maybe I'm wrong about that, but she has fought great opponents, it's been real killers who have beaten her for the most part, but you just wouldn't expect her to get that title shot. I'll watch it. I'm going to watch it, and I'm really going to root hard for Holly because I'd love her to. That'd be a massive win for her, but I think she's going to get fucking annihilated.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Nunez too, though. And I like Nunez as champ. You know why? Because she fought Cyborg. She even went up to Cyborg's weight and fought Cyborg at Cyborg's weight. I like it when my fighters fight. I know I just forgave Khabib, but I like it when my fighters fight. Nunez fights anybody. She's like, I don't really care. I'm the best. Therefore, all my opponents are not as good. And when a fighter says that, I'm watching.
Yeah, and if you think about it, like outside the sport, like if it were a street fight and someone was like, oh, well, it doesn't matter that Bill lost. That other guy, he was at least 8 pounds heavier. You'd be like, so fucking what? He got his ass kicked. 10 pounds isn't that big of a thing in the scale of things in a real life sort of scenario. You would never care that one guy was 10 pounds heavier. Maybe he's 30 pounds heavier. If a 200-pound guy beats up on a 145-pound guy, you're like, God damn, leave him alone, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But 10 pounds, maybe she had a big lunch.
Amongst 135-pound women, it's a little more. But
it is. I
do hear what you're saying. She's badass who fights anyone and beats everybody. And that's amazing. So pretty cool. I didn't think Conor won the Twitter thing, but I might be biased. You seem to think he clearly won.
Oh yeah, he won that. That's as
it's
personal.
It's not really a win because he has a distinct language barrier advantage.
Oh, I mean, it's an advantage because I like it. See, for me, Khabib has the advantage because he writes like "rapist, you rapist." Like he has no verbs. I love that guy.
NHL interviews. That's my favorite part.
Yes,
when the guy comes from the KHL, like for 1 year, and they're like, "Kovalchuk, you haven't been here in 12 years. How you doing? Do you like LA more than Atlanta?" I'm just happy to be back in US of A. and to be playing hockey for the best league. And it's like, I like that shit. I like Nail Yakupov, his interview where he just spurgs out after beating like in the Olympics or like the juniors or something.
Spurgs
where they're
out.
like just doesn't make any sense. Where they're like, Nail, how do you feel about that win? You know, you got an assist there. That's crazy. Like, yeah, we beat Canada, and people says Canada very much too good for me. I said, look at the score. all I say to them, they Canadian come say you know beat us. I say, look at score.
It's when they have that language barrier, there's a certain like matter of factness, funniness that comes in my head anyway. You know, the Tony Ferguson, right? Tony Ferguson's going wild. He's kind of crazy in the head. He's the guy we talked about a week or two ago that had all those mental health like breakdowns. Mm-hmm. And he's like, no one cares about you, Khabib. No one cares. It's Tony time. He's like, what is this Tony time? It is Khabib time. That's Tony time. It's Khabib time. And like, that's not a good comeback. But to me, it was a great comeback, purely because of the accent and the loose grasp on English. I loved every second of it. It's Khabib time. All you did is say what I said with your name. But it worked. It worked on me.
You're actually winning me over. It is way funnier when they say it in different languages.
Yeah.
I think Conor got the best of that Twitter beef because Khabib loves his wife, and she is in a towel. Meanwhile, Conor probably did fuck that lady and may have fathered a child, and he doesn't care. He's like, oh, you think that's the only one? Where's the rest of me bitches?
Do you guys
make a fucking collage?
We can make a whole collage of my bitches.